What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to this is going to be my second video on the YouTube channel talking about updates for the Halloween Horror Nights 30 season. So obviously, as I said in the last video, there are two speculation maps out now, but I'm going to cover the first one that dropped probably as I'm filming this a week and a half ago. So I'm going to cover that one in this video. So I'm going to end up putting it on the screen, I think somewhere up here. I'll put it for different lengths of the video, so as I refer to it. But I'm going to look at it here on my phone, and we're going to go over what this account HN Nightmares on Twitter put out as their speculation for this year, for what they've heard as rumors and what they think is going to be coming to the event. So we're going to go over it, see what we like, what I don't like, and I'll give my opinions on it. So for the first house, they have Beetlejuice. Now, I've always thought of this as an option for Halloween Horror Nights because Beetlejuice already roams the park on normal days as it is, and it's a really good, or it's always been a part of Universal in general. So I knew that this would possibly be an option. So I'm not a fan of it horror-wise, but I think it will be a good house. Next to that, we have Universal Monsters The Bride. And obviously, I went to Halloween Horror Nights last year, and Universal Monsters was probably my top 2 house of the event. Awesome house, and I would love the idea of having The Bride being the main part this time instead of the monsters themselves, but do the brides. As I've heard other people say, there's not just one bride. There's the Bride of Frankenstein. This is the most common, but there's other brides. Dracula had brides and all that stuff. So it'd be interesting to see their take on this. For 3, the third house is Bedtime Stories. That's going to be an original house. I'm going to relate that to Scary Tales, which was a house 2 years ago. That was probably my favorite original house that year. So if they do something similar to that again, I'm totally down for that. And then for D, the fourth house, we have Terra Cruentus. And for those of you who don't know Halloween Horror Nights, apparently the Terror Queen was summoned away at the end of the HHN 15 and was sentenced to come back in 15 years. This being the 30th year, that's 15 years later. So it looks like she's going to have her own house from at least the original aspect. Now we get to my weird one. Billie Eilish. Why? I understand she's a Universal artist, for those of you who don't know. But why is she going to have her own house? I understand they don't have something, at least on this list, that would indicate getting the younger crowd to go to the event. But Billie Eilish is an artist and not scary, so I'm not a fan of this as this first list. The next house we have Dungeon of Terror. It's going to be original house. Apparently they did have Dungeon of Terror in the past, so that'll be something that's very interesting to look at, and hopefully it sounds like it could be a cool house. Obviously we don't have descriptions on any of these, so just have to take it for what the name is, but it sounds like it could be something cool. Then we have another IP, which would be The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. That's apparently a Netflix show. I have yet to watch that. I'm going to go try and watch it, because if it is going to be a house, I want to know what the house is going to be like before I go in it. So, apparently it's a Netflix show. I'll have to go and watch it, but I don't have any other news as far as that goes. Then we have another IP, The Haunting of Hill House. Now, this sounds like it could be the real deal. Obviously, it's another Netflix show. I've only watched the first episode, and it was very chilling and scary from what I've seen in the first episode. So, I want to keep watching it since this could possibly be at the event. So, then we have Legendary Truth, Cary, Ohio. Now, from what I've heard other YouTubers say, this could be something about them putting all the Cary, Ohio stuff from Halloween Horror Nights, because they pull a lot of their ideas from Cary, Ohio, make them into scare zones, houses. So, if they do a whole house on other Carry Ohio stuff they've done before, that's going to be a good house right there. And the last one, another one that I'm very iffy on, is Gremlins. Again, not super scary, and if they're going to do this house, part of it, or most of it, is going to have to be like Killer Clowns from last year, where you have puppets. Because Gremlins aren't huge. Obviously, they could do like a room with a huge gremlin or something, but the Gremlins are not big, they're tiny, so you'd have to have more puppets, and that doesn't scare me, and that's not a thrill factor for me. So, from this first list, if I'm going to give this a rating from 1 to 10, I'm really excited for the originals, and possibly Beetlejuice, and definitely the Universal Monsters. So if I'm going out of the 10 houses, that's how basically I'm going to judge it, I guess. So out of 10 houses, I'm going to give this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, a 7 out of 10. If they do this list, Halloween Horror Nights could be a 7 out of 10 for me this year. So that's how I'm going to judge it. And then obviously in the version 2, the next video, when I dive into this other speculation map they came up with more updates, then I will give my rating on that, and hopefully it'll be higher. So, thank you guys for tuning into this video. I appreciate you guys watching. Again, hit that subscribe button and the like button if you guys like Halloween Horror Nights 30 content. I'm going to keep pumping this content out for you guys. So you guys have some news to listen to about Halloween Horror Nights. I'm super excited for this year. As you can tell, if you can't, I'm wearing my Maximum Screamage shirt from last year. I'm super excited for this year, and hopefully we get these houses or better for this year. So thank you guys for watching. This has been Zach Vlogs, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.